Alright. Hello, collective. This is my collective reading. Not the personal one, but you know what I mean. Okay, I made this for when I got my download. If any of these symbols resonate with you, this might be your reading. And I also got a poem I wrote. Yay! I love poem time. Love it. Okay, here we go. As the darkness fell, the demons fell into the void as the veil was thin. The raven flies into the sky to warn the masses of the army of darkness approaching. The village people gathered for the feast, and the raven was ignored with the dark message. The dark armies watched as the feast was set on the table. The army retreated, knowing that their prey was unawakened and put down their guard. That's the tone of this reading. So now I'm going to get some energy vibes. See what energy fields people are in. Okay. I've got all kinds of cards in this popcorn box. Alright, how's everybody doing? Collective, are y'all going good? But the download I got was there's a lot of people that are depressed today, and they got themselves open to a lot of things where they can get dark attachments to. And the thing is, dark attachments come at a time when you're not trying to have your best life, when you're not trying to, when you're just ignoring narratives or creating narratives and little things, and just things in your life when you're overly negative. And these are when things can attach themselves to you. And I just felt a lot of dark attachments going on a lot of people. Thing is do you really want these dark attachments attaching themselves to you? I mean, come on now. Dark attachments are real. I mean, we drink. They say the devil's playground is sex and alcohol and stuff, but it's not so much the sex as the devil's playground. It's an access and how we approach these subjects. You know, if you say, hey, it's okay to have this abusive behavior, and you keep resonating with it, or you say, let's do some black magic, I'm a Wiccan. It lowers the veil, thins it out. And the thing is these things from darkness can attach themselves to you, and they promise things to you. You get promised a lot of dark favors, and they make you believe that they could do all this stuff, and they absolutely can't. They just literally want something from you, and that's it. That's it. So, all right, some of you are in the moon energy. All right, some of you are in Queen of Pentacles reversed. This is just the energy field. I'm more of an oracle reader, so we're going to go with that. Because my parents decided I should talk to people about the abuse of certain energies that are going around. And make people aware that you just can't decide, I watched a movie, I'm gonna do binding spells, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. They all have consequences, and if you don't have the proper ancestors and it's not for protection and it's not in your blood lineage, it's not gonna go good for you. And these things that you I guess, brought upon yourselves are just going to attach themselves and they're going to give you some badass karma. So let's go with the first energy field. And this is the moon. And I'm going to read you guys the moon card here. It has nice little subtitles. And I think I might have to switch glasses. Hang on. Sometimes there are readings that I gotta go back to my eye doctor and get another pair of glasses, but there we go. Alright, the moon, and says the moon card encourages you to be honest with yourself and others. Trust your intuition and explore your subconscious as you may discover hidden truths about and insights that will guide you. And the moon, all the aspects of the moon are intuition, dreams, subconscious, uncertainty, confusion, fear, illusion, deception, chaos, implication. During the moon phases, my ancestors would like everybody to know there's a lot of chaos and a lot of deception. And these are things you really just don't want to get involved in. So I just wanted you guys to kind of know that things aren't always as they appear. And when you mess around with darkness, you're going to F around and find out. So let's not do these bad, dark things, because if you weren't meant to do it and you find the wrong person that's, I don't know, a light practitioner or this or that, or somebody chosen, or just somebody that's more experienced at it than you, you're going to get an attachment, and then you're going to get bad karma, and then the forces of light is going to show you how wrong you were. So I'm just here to tell you and deliver the message. All I do is deliver the messages. That's it. Deliver the message, not to do it. I mean, you got children, you got kids, you got careers, and if you're unawakened, that's okay to be unawakened. It totally is. If that's how you choose to live your existence, being unawakened. But if you're going to be unawakened, don't dabble in the darkness. That's what my ancestors say. No one's saying that if you don't want to ascend, that's fine. If you don't want to do spiritual journeys, that's fine too. You just ascend once. That's your choice in the world. But I do beg you, if don't plan to do any kind of ascensions, can you please take care of your animals and your children at least? Because these animals suffer. And there's animal ritual sacrifices and stuff like that, and it's not, I don't like to see animals suffer at the hands of humans. I don't. I hate it. So please, if you are doing any of these kind of activities, stop, because it's not right. It's terrible. And if you're out to cause a lot of chaos in the world, it's not good. Not good at all. So, ill intentions are not good. So, let's please stop this. I'm begging you on behalf of all animals and humanity. Alright, let's get this reading going. Alright, this is Love Vibes Oracle cards. We'll go with that. And this here, we got Buried Potential for everyone that's under the moon phase. And this talks about settling for less. Doesn't make you realistic. It just makes you forget how powerful you really are. Think about that. If you're always settling for less, are you really making yourself happy? Are you really making yourself fully enlightened? I guess that's the question of the day, huh? All right, then we got false knowledge. And this is just because you've always believed it doesn't mean it's true. What if you know is what you know is actually what you were conditioned to believe? All right, let me name them all, then we'll talk about this. And avoiding pain. You've been sedating your soul with distractions and denial. But deep healing demands presence, not escape. I can't make this up. You watch me do the deck if you guys are in this moon phase. And karmic, return. Every action, every silence, every intention, it's all recorded in energy. And energy always seeks balance. All right, let's talk about these cards. Everybody in these moon phases today is, I don't know, I feel like you guys need help. All right, buried potential. All right, if you're out there settling for less and you're not trying to better yourself, but then you're kind of, to me, this in some of the collective today, when I got my download, it's people are settling for less because they're worrying about external circumstances. I go to work. I work full time, but Monday through Thursday, I'd be staying home and working on my social media because this is what I like to do. I like to make videos and I like to be on YouTube, but I do the work and I've done my spiritual healing on top of everything else. Sometimes you gotta let things go and let God, and you have to just, do things that fulfill you. And I feel there's some of you in this collective that have given up on themselves, and they project and blame others and say, this is why I'm not making it. Stop putting the blame on others. Because when you put the blame out on other people, it gets you nowhere. It just boomerangs back to you, and then the universe gives you a nudge, and that's it. All right, then we got false knowledge. Just because you've always believed it doesn't mean it's true. All right, there's a lot of people that deny things. They say, no, I believe that, or so-and-so said this. I think this has to do with gossip more than anything else. It is a false truth, we could say. That's what we all do. We all gossip and say, oh my God, look at her, blah, 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 look at him. I heard this, I heard that. And when I was in kindergarten, when I was in Catholic school, we all went in one line. And, the nuns would sit there and tell us one sentence, and by the time it got to the end of the line, it was a totally different sentence. There's a lot of gossip that's leading to a lot of false truths that's ruining people's lives. And then people get bitter. And my thing is, why engage in it? I don't engage in gossip at work. I don't engage in gossip in my own life. I honestly, if it doesn't involve me, I don't put my nose in it at all, because it's not my problem. And then we got avoiding pain. All right, you've been sedating your soul with distractions and denial, but deep healing demands presence, not escape. All right, if you're putting things aside and you feel something's not right, but you keep doing it over and over and over again, that's a nudge saying it's not right. And that's your inner self itself saying that what you've been doing isn't good, and you're just denying the truth. And pain is meant for us to feel. You have to feel pain. You can't escape from it. Pain, we learn from pain. Our entire life we learn from pain. So don't avoid your pain. Feel it, embrace it, and move on. Return to sender after that, you know? Say, you know what? I learned from my pain. Thank you, universe. And you move. And that's it. I mean, come on now. Karmic return. Every action, every silence, every intention, it's recorded in energy, and energy always seeks balance. If you keep ignoring every action and saying, "Oh, I'll do it later," or it doesn't matter, it's going to replay in a loop over and over and over again until you learn your lesson. If you feel like you're stuck in a loop, try to get a plan B to get out of it if you have to. If it's money and you got to move away from somebody or whatever, or get another job, say, I'm going to start looking for another job. Or you're just going to keep up going in a loop. And it's never going to end. And sometimes you got to stay in a karmic loop for a little bit, but I mean, to do it your entire life, are you out for self-torture? I mean, I'm not judging anybody, but that's what it seems like to me. It really seems like self-torture. All right, let's see what the Illuminati. Everybody says this one, the Illuminati people are the devil. I don't believe that, but that's what people say. Let's see what the Illuminati deck says for your energy field here. And then we're gonna go under this buried potential and everything else. So let's just go with what resonates with this. Alright, let me see if I can shuffle this. I'm trying to get better at my shuffling skills. There's a lot of people, a lot of these tarot card readers are so good at their shuffling. I was never able to shuffle good when I was younger. My mom used to always tell me that she was able to shuffle cards very good. Not so much me. I do like to play cards though. I love playing cards for a side note. I love gambling. I do, but not compulsive gambling, folks. Not all that, but I used to play for candy or popcorn, sometimes dollar bills, but nothing that's damaging and gonna ruin my life. I mean, who doesn't go to the casino once in a while? My son went to the casino. He said he brought like $100 with him, and he actually broke even. I went to a casino before in Canada, and I broke even. So, what are you gonna do? But anyways, here we go. Alright, under buried potential, I got feeding the fear. Alright, here's another oracle card for you guys. Food for thought. The more energy you give to fear, the more influence it gains over your choices. Do not be drawn into the collective hysteria. Disengage and redirect your focus towards creation. See how there's a fire there? Why feed the fire? I mean, thank you, universe. Thank you, mom. That makes a lot of sense, guys. Why are you? I mean, I feel there's people feeding into gossip, feeding into I can't change this, or not standing up for people, or just anything of the sort like that. And the thing is, that's what we're supposed to be doing. Why are we living? Why do we have families if we're supposed to come together as a community? Is that really coming together as a community? I mean, come on now. We're just plotting against each other? Aren't you just making the devil happy? Alright, and under this false knowledge, there's climate change in the Lumini deck. And this is our planet is undergoing profound shifts, yet forces may be at work to exploit this crisis for control. When the heat rises, the answers are below the surface. That makes so much sense for that one. Oh my god, I can't even make this up. I'm just shuffling and doing this. So when you are gossiping and you hear something that's obviously been distorted, and everybody gets all angry because heat's rising because people are like, oh my god, she said this or he said that, blah 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 blah. Everybody's angry, and the true answers are below the narrative. So when someone tells you something, go, okay, where's the truth at? Where did the truth lie? I mean, that's a clue that the universe would like to give you guys in this moon phase going on in your life. We all go through phases. We're living. I mean, I think I would you wouldn't be listening to the video if you're not living, right? All right, let's go. Let's move it on to the next card here. Oh boy. All right, under this avoiding pain, I got natural disaster with the Luminite deck. And this is disasters are part of of the planet's renewal, even when they disrupt human plans. This is a reminder that not all disruptions are engineered. There we go. Some arise from the living pulse of the planet itself. All right, you're avoiding pain. Pain is a part of your core nature. It's a part of our growth that demands to be paid attention to. And it's gonna grow. And see here, it's a hurricane. Or no, it's a tornado, sorry. If you keep it going, this is a representation of it's like a huge gigantic storm that just starts erupting out of nowhere. But you could have took care of it when it was smaller. So that's food for thought for anybody that's going through a pain. And then we got a karmic return. Let's see what this oracle says to go on top of that for a suggestion. And I really hope you guys take the advice from the universe. I do, because why not take advice? I mean, I always try to take good advice, especially if it's going to benefit your ass. Why not? Because life is too short to sit in, I don't know, and be stagnant. How happy can a person be? Why sit there and be unhappy with, and when you have, there's so much other things in life that's happy that's going on. All right, and then under karmic return, we got food insecurity. We'll see where that goes here. And it has a little helicopter. It says the easiest way to destabilize a region is to destabilize its food supply. Limiting access to food forces, dependency, and compliance becomes a survival strategy. That makes sense for that karmic return. If you are looping around in a karmic cycle because you're afraid to feel whatever it is, if it's relationship wise, if it's work wise, if it's, I don't know, you, whatever fear you have, and you don't want to face your fears, and you don't want to learn your lesson, you're constantly in survival strategy. You're not actually living up to, I guess, your happiest time, where you should be thriving and happy and really just thriving. So, why be in survival mode? You know, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. But those are the suggestions I have for everybody in this moon phase. I'm going to put this down, and I kind of like these Illuminati cards. So we're going to keep it going with this here. And these aren't bad little cards here. Alright, I'm gonna get the love vibe cards and get the other field done here. Alright, this one here. Okay, just give me a second. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, this was to this one. Okie dokie, we ready for the next field. I wanted to tell all you collectives out there at Chong the Dog, I appreciate you guys because I'm always working towards a dog shelter. Really, that's what I'm trying to work towards. Okay, okay, this is Illuminati. What is this? Okay, well, I got lots of little oracle cards going on here, but alright, maybe that's a sign. Alright, we're done with everybody in the moon phase. Now it's Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And this is financial independence, self-care, work-home conflict, boredom, perfectionism, stubbornness, and waste. Alright, well, financial independence is good, but the rest and the self-care and the work-home conflict isn't good. So let's go with love vibes first with this and see what's going on, why all of this stagnation is here, because that's just crazy. So let's go there. Let's go there, my friends. Let's go there. Alright, I'm going to do 4. It's just easier trying to get through 4 energy fields this way. I just find this a more efficient way of living my life here, trying to get these videos done. Alright. Alright, now we got power couple, blocked passion. Interesting. And then we got infatuation. Alright. And we got mixed signals. This is very weird how that all flew together just like that. Alright. Okay, this one. Okay. Love vibe, and that's Illuminati. Alright. Alright, let's go with this. Alright. Anywho, we got a power couple. I think this talks about, here we got 2 people standing side by side. You amplify each other's gifts and elevate each other's goals. You're holding more than a relationship, you're building an empire. Isn't so terrible of a card. I don't know why there's financial independence, but we'll find out. Then there's black passion. Right here, separate beds. When passion is blocked, it usually reflects something deeper. It's time to look beneath the surface and ask, what's not being expressed? Generally, there's always hidden emotions, hidden agendas, sometimes cheating, sometimes emotional manipulation. There's all kinds of stuff like that. This thing would appear. Then infatuation. It feels electric, but remember, it's easy to mistake a new crush for love. Keep your heart in check while you ride the high. I guess be aware that it might not be true love because things could be bad. And these are things people are going through. And then mixed signals. Are they into you? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, and sometimes even they don't know. Alright, indecision, we'll just call that. And let's get into, I'm going to pull more oracle cards here. We're going to get these other ones here. Alright, we're going to get the feral psychic ones out. What's going on between these? What's the buzz? What's the buzz? Alright. And move it along. Here we go. Alright. Alright, with this power couple, we got smoke signal. Yeah, it's pretty. I like that, Raven. Anyways, something subtle is trying to get your attention. Don't wait for the full fire to believe it's real. Alright, there's something lurking in this couple's path. Could be, I don't know, somebody that's maybe out to get. I feel it could be a lot of things. It could be a job. There's something beneath the surface that may seem one way and go another. So, if there is something, I feel it could be for some of you a third party. Maybe they're people are friends with girls that are guys and girls are friends with guys. Maybe there's a friend that's getting a little bit too close to your man or your female. To your partner. Someone get a little too close with a lot of ill intentions. I'm getting. Be careful about that. And then this black passion. Got survival mode. How can you dream when your nervous system is scanning for threats? Until you feel safe, your spirit will ration its power. There you go. You're living in survival mode. So what's wrong in the connection? I guess this card's saying. Ask yourself what's really wrong in the connection and why other circumstances are forming that reaction, I guess. So let's move it on and shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And I do have an individual thing I'm going to do a tarot too when I get up here. But I'm just doing this like for collective, and then I am doing something else that I download a specific situation, but I'm going to wait till I get all of these fields done. So, alright, with this infatuation card, I got playing safe. And this is, when you're capable, what you're capable of. So stop pretending you don't. Just to keep things safe, quiet, or familiar. Alright. This to me is signifying somebody in the collective is kind of infatuated with somebody, but they're kind of playing it safe. They're not sure whether to call it love, not love. They're not sure what to label it. And if you're not sure what to label it, don't label it. Don't, because you never know the consequences after you label something. You could say that chocolate ice cream is vanilla, but when everybody eats chocolate ice cream, they know damn well it's not vanilla. So I guess that's the same adage here. And mixed signals. You got negative creator. I'm not making this up. These just come, and it's so weird how that flows like that. Alright, we got, you're a creator no matter what. The question is, are you creating from fear or truth? Alright, well, you're with somebody. Is it from fear of rejection? Fear of being alone? I mean, there's a lot of fears we can have in life. So, I guess these are the questions for the day for the collective on that. And I'm going to put these and reshuffle for this energy of the day. And if you're resonating with any of this, it might not be for you. It might be, it might not. And some of it might pertain to you. I mean, it just kind of depends where you're at, where you're not at. All right. And then we got the Ten of Cups. Whoever's in the Ten of Cups energy up in this collective. This talks about gratitude, wish come true, abundance, enjoyment, celebration, harmony, balance, success. Yay, collective. Happy field of energy. I'm so excited that somebody's in the Ten of Cups. All right. All right, let's do this. All right, we're going to start the love oracle to lay down 4 of these. And then we'll get to the reading I'm doing. I like to give everybody ideas, like whatever field you feel like you're in, if you don't resonate with the reading. I like to leave somebody with some kind of good knowledge for the day. I don't like leaving people empty-handed. I don't, because I wouldn't want to be left empty-handed. So if it doesn't resonate you, the reading that I have, you have this at least. All right, we got secrets and lies. Oh my. Someone new. Okay, that's not so terrible. All right, then we got open relationship. Okay. These are things to watch out for anybody in the Ten of Cups. All right, these are warnings from the universe. That's it. And if any of these don't resonate with you, it might not be adhere to your situation. That's all. All right, secrets and lies. Not everybody hears what it seems. Lies, omissions, or double lives could be distorting the connection. Those are some clues in the Ten of Cups energy. If you're vibing with the Ten of Cups, that are in the field of that for many collectives, and if it might not be for you, it might be. And then someone new, someone unexpected could soon shift your perspective on love. You're not done discovering what your heart is capable of. Somebody new. Said some of you in this Ten of Cups may be getting, I don't know, a new lover. Who knows? I'm excited for you if this new lover makes you happy. Because we all need to be happy, right, collective? Then open relationship. An open relationship isn't for the faint-hearted. Set clear rules, communicate, and be respectful of boundaries. Explore with care. Some of you, maybe you want an open relationship. The universe is saying explore with care. And with your boundaries, clear rules, boundaries. Set your boundaries if you're going to have an open relationship. That's what the universe is saying. Could be an issue. And you could be facing anybody in the Ten of Cups. And then we got aligned future. The connection feels solid because you're both facing the same direction. This is a partnership with purpose. Some of you in the collective are going for an aligned future. So, no judgment here, folks. No judgment here. I think this was okay. That's love vibes. All right. I will go with. I'm going to go with this feral psychic for the second suggestions for you guys if you're dealing with secrets and lies or someone new or the open relationship or line futures. I think that would be more appropriate for that deck. So let me shuffle these around here and go about this. All right, we got for secrets and lies, we got silenced. I couldn't make this up if I wanted to here. The fear of conflict is choking your growth. Let the discomfort come. Let the truth breathe. All right, if you're living under secrets and lies, let the discomfort come. Fess up to what the lies are. Say, you know what, I lied about this and I'm sorry. And just be like, and if they scream and yell, say you're a douchebag, say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Everybody makes them. And you move on with your life. It's not even that hard. I've had to do it when I was at my one job with this guy, Mark, because I was so upset. I was decided to be vindictive. And I felt so bad about it. I apologized to everybody I lied to about him. So, yes, did everybody hate me? Yeah, eventually I got another job and this and that, but it taught me a lesson. I'm not perfect, so it is what it is. And then under this someone new, we got bad blood. It's just stuff to look out for some of you that just met someone new. It's not everybody. It's whatever resonates, okay? You may think you're over it, but the resentment is still writing scripts in your subconscious. All right. I'm thinking some of you guys in the collective have bad blood because there's resentment either for somebody meeting somebody new that you were once had a connection with, or you moved too quick and you realize you don't love the person you're with. This resonates both ways, my mother is saying. And it's a common thing. This is why my brother says you don't move too quick. But he's not an advisor in love, but it is a kind of a fact. But let's move on here. I just give the information that I'm told upon. And then we got under this open relationship with setting your boundaries and all that. We got guiltless. And this says, forgive the version of you that didn't know better. You weren't broken, you were becoming. And then you got this butterfly that's kind of dying. I guess before the universe, how I'm taking this for some of you in the collective is, you had frigid, maybe some religious backgrounds where this kind of thing's taboo, and it's making you angry because you just don't like that kind of thing. Thing is, if you really want to embrace something like an open relationship, you're gonna have to let that version die and go inner, and just keep that discernment and the boundaries, but I don't know, just blossom into where maybe that open relationship isn't so terrible. But it's something you have to accept on the inside from what I'm taking. Some of you aren't dealing with an open relationship. Some of you are. And then some of you are getting aligned futures here with this Ten of Cups. And let's see what the universe says to kind of watch out with that. There's always the dark side to everything, collective. Just because everything seems like beautiful roses and wonderful on the outside doesn't mean it's all good on the inside or whatever. You just never know. All right, we got blameless here. Now I'll read you that. When you always point the finger, you give away the wand. Blame is a leash that ties your power to somebody else's behavior. Cut it. If you're good, and this is a very good card for that. If you're gonna line your future with somebody else, and you're dealing with a repeated behavior that you don't like, but you kind of always tolerated, it's not good to not speak up. And sometimes if you allow it for so long, that person thinks it's okay. And that's it. And they kind of just keep doing it. And then years later, you say, you know what? I don't like that. it's kind of like you almost contradict yourself. So I guess put your little boundaries down. I guess today is boundary day. Set your boundaries. I can't say enough about boundaries. Boundaries are important. You know, your personal rules, what you can accept, what you can't accept, are important. Because life is all about what we accept and what we're not going to accept because the world's full of lots of people. Lots of new love out there, folks. Don't be hooked on just one love. All right, now this one is the Three of Cups in reverse. All right, whoever's in this field, and this is drunkenness, being drunk, partying, fickleness, distraction, isolation, self care, alone time, personal growth. It's not the worst one. At least no one's in the devil energy. All right, let's put some love oracles down first, just to get so I could do the shadow side of this. And then after that, I'll do a quick little reading. Just a quick little one. Alright. Alright, here we go. I'm just trying to give this a really good shuffle here. So I feel like I'm able to. Mom says I got the right card. And do that. Alright. Playing games. That makes sense. And then we'll go through those cards in a minute. I'm just gonna get the momentum going with these cards, my friends. Get the momentum going. Alright, now we got marriage vows, which is interesting with the Three of Cups in reverse. We'll have to see what the shadow side comes up with. You never know how a reading's going to go from one day to the next sometimes. Mixed signals again. Now that makes sense with this Arcania. This one actually does. Alright, we're going to get this here and over here. Breaking up. Wow. So playing games, marriage vows, mixed signals, breaking up. That actually seems like a cycle, the way that would panned out. Alright, playing games. They've got game, but is it real? Keep your eyes open and don't fall for surface level charm. Some of y'all are out here partying, living your best life, but people out here are saying they won't play around. Don't play the games. Don't play it. And then we got marriage vows. Forever isn't fantasy here. It's a shared choice. Marriage is either present, predicted, or deeply desired. So I'm seeing it's a contract that can be null and void. That's how I'm resonating that. And then of course, our mixed signals. Are they into you? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, and sometimes even they don't know. I guess that right after the marriage vows here, breaking up. Whether it's official or emotional, a break has happened. What once held you together can no longer hold your growth. If it breaks apart and you try to hold something together, it's like if you break a cup, it breaks in half, and you try to keep pouring stuff into it, but you never really try to fix it. Where does it get you? You gotta, it's the cup's broke. You gotta throw it away. That's it. If you're not gonna fix it, throw it away. I guess that's where we're going with that. So for all of you out there that are breaking up and you're trying to just string someone along, if it's not working, it's broken. And you got to clear your closet and tell that person it's over and mean it and move on. That's it. You guys are stringing some people along here and there, and I guess it's all right. It's okay to break up with people. It is completely okay, but you can't string them along. So I'm not judging here. I know the Bible says don't judge unless you want to be judged. All right, with this playing games, I find this hilarious. We got bad blood. All right, you may think you're over it, but the resentment is still writing scripts in your subconscious. All these people playing games acting they're putting on a mask is what I'm getting. So if you're out there playing games, the scripts are in your subconscious, and in your subconscious when you're sleeping, it's these things fester and karma has receipts. So don't play games. All right, we got I just read you the marriage vow, but love is real. This is the first time this came, and it was with marriage vows. That's just that is very ironic. But anyways, we got love is not a myth. Your heartbreak just made it easier to spot what isn't it. Don't let past wounds rewrite the truth. All right. I guess if you're with somebody and somebody is, well, I want to say rewrite the truth has a lot to do with gossip. And if you really love somebody and you guys are married and that is the love of your life and you're believing a bunch of stuff that maybe strangers say, I mean, I don't understand why you would believe that if that. I guess the card's saying beware of bad people talking bad truths about someone you love. For some of the collective, I feel it might be people that are envious of you. For some, maybe for a vindictive motivation, somebody would do that. But I guess my ancestors are just saying, just be on the lookout. That's it. And not everybody is, I mean, some people are in happy relationships, so that wouldn't resonate with you. So it doesn't mean it's about you. So if that doesn't resonate, you don't feel it in the pit in your stomach, it's not for you. And then mixed signals. And then we got centered calm. And this is reacting is easy, but choosing with wisdom takes grounded silence. Stillness, sorry. A decision born in chaos will carry in frequency. You're sending out the signals, maybe yes, maybe no, maybe I don't know. Just beware. You can react and do all that, but you're not going to be able to center your calm. Which means inner peace, I guess, in a way. So be aware you could be taking away your inner peace with this back and forth and bringing other people in this cycle of just your chaotic stuff ways. So, and with the breakup cards, I'm interesting to see what comes up with that. This one's kind of throwing out here. Oh my lord, rooted rage. All right, I couldn't even make this up if I wanted to. All right, we got rooted rage. You're not unhealed for feeling angry. What if your rage is here to restore your boundaries, not destroy your peace? All right, we're angry. So and so broke up with us. I get it. We all been broken up with. Instead of being angry about it, maybe just the universe is saying for some of you guys, you have inner rage and you're not healing. And maybe you're not seeing the big picture. Maybe some of you guys are supposed to put boundaries down. You know? There's narcissists out there, folks. It's all over YouTube. If you're over here listening to me, you're on YouTube. You heard about narcissists. So there's all kinds of stuff out here, and you have to have boundaries and you have to have discernment. I mean, I recommend watching Carl Jung. I'm a part of the Carl Jung Society. I like Carl Jung. I do. I really think he's a well accomplished psychiatrist. He's wonderful. These are the kind of people I really love the most. But all right, let's get this reading going. All right, there's a couple out there that's in some kind of, I don't know, they're hurting. I felt a lot of pain, a lot of pain, a lot of grief, a lot of regret, a lot of stuff going on. Where is my oracle decks? All right, hang on, guys. Where are the Arcanians? I swear. Oh, there they are. They're all the way over there. I didn't see them. They're literally almost right in front of my face. Laugh out loud. All right, let's move some of these over. My little Arcanians to get an energy field here. All right, let's get this moving. All right, anyways, this here with this picture, there's a complicated situation. There's a couple out there. And these are just some symbols that came in my head with these swords in that poem. Anyways, with this situation, there's a couple that came together through lies and embellishments. And it caused pretty much a hole in their relationship. And the thing is I feel that they both weren't healed from whatever happened before their journey to each other. And I hate to see anybody have to break up. I've broken up with people in my time. I'm 51, so it is what it is. But you shouldn't move on. I mean, maybe if you guys can heal together. I'm just saying, maybe you can repair things, and you can always heal together. Healing together is not always the worst thing. Even if you don't think you're meant to be together, maybe just give it a chance since you got that far. I feel like it's just now they're fighting, and I just feel a lot of resentment through past wounds, and then they are attached to other partners, and then for some of you it was children that was involved, it was baby mamas, and it was just a lot going on in this field. So I wanted to do a reading on that before I close out on here. And after this, I'm just going to take me a nice... I always watch my Armenian friend. He live streams, and he's an incredible transmuter. And he says you take a bath and cleanse and do all this stuff with your bath water. So that's what I'm going to do. And he says that you replenish your energy. So, anyways, I got here... Oh, tired. Tired. Oh, sorry, guys. I've been on a weird sleeping schedule I try to hustle and get videos out when I'm not in the middle of working myself to death Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Alright, I got the High Priestess in reverse for you guys. And this talks about repression of intuition, blocked psychic powers, fertility issues, missed or wasted opportunities. These are problems in the relationship that's going on with a couple people. So take what resonates. If it doesn't, it's just not for you. And then there's the Knight of Swords, and this In the Knight of Swords, we're talking about proactive, knowledgeable, logical, keen, clear, masterful, driven, action-oriented, forward thinking. That's not horrible. Who was in that relationship? And then the Hierophant, spiritual wisdom, religious beliefs, conformity, tradition, institutions, group membership, and values. All right. That's not terrible either. And then we got Knight of Cups. Individual, and then inspire, inspiration, intuitive messages, psychic abilities, artistic, inspired, dreamy, and altruistic. Alright, that's the Knight of Cups. This relationship doesn't seem so terrible except for possibly Mr. Waste opportunities that somebody. And these are issues people are having in their relationship, in the collective. So let's dive deeper into this. Let me put this down. And one of these days, hopefully when I get to this other house soon, I'll have a good table. And then maybe I'll get a really nice tablecloth. And be all fancy like some of these other tarot card readers. I got my Buddha and stuff. I thought this was kind of fancy too. Alright. Here we go. Alright, under this High Priestess, and this is about this repression of intuition and all that missed opportunities. Oh god, we got victim mode. Alright. Victim mode is victim mode. Y'all know this. Y'all know victim mode. Victim mode is a wound has a voice, but it should not be your narrator. Your story shifts the moment you stop rehearsing the role of powerlessness. I guess just instead of kind of hiding from everything your relationship is trying to teach you and blaming another person, look within. That's what whoever's dealing with that kind of problem in their relationship, because I've picked up a lot of problems people have been having in their relationship. And Knight of Swords, and this is the proactive, knowledgeable, and all that, and forward thinking. Got bad blood. The problem with this one is you might think you're over it, but the resentment is still writing scripts in your subconscious. People that are moving ahead with this Knight of Swords are still hooked on someone else. So I just want to let everybody know, if you're hooked on someone else and you literally are fresh out of a relationship, don't try to go hop in bed with someone else, because it just hurts the other person. And sometimes hurts you because you get burned and you go through the dark night of your soul and you go through it and this and that, and you realize that you're not even with that person. It's hard to go back to that person because the other person might have already healed, but you're already with a whole other person. So it's a tough pill to swallow. Sometimes you lose an opportunity with this bad blood. And it happens. It's a lesson from the universe. It's a full, whole lesson. Alright, and with this Hierophant, with this wisdom and all that, the shadow side of this is not for sale. This is your priorities are clear, your values are non-negotiable. Authenticity may not always pay, but it always aligns. Be authentic. If you're in the Hierophant mode, be authentic. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not yourself. So that's what I would do, and that's what the suggestion from the universe is saying. And these are just these guys that I've been picking up in misery in these different relationships. And for this Knight of Cups here, we got Feral Focus. And this is Want to become unstoppable? Get crystal clear on what you want. And refuse to be seduced by anything that dilutes it. So, have really good focus in your life. And I do wish all you guys luck, but I do need to, well, I do need to take my little bath and get in my jammies and stuff. And watch TV and maybe watch a nice movie. And I wish you guys a lot of luck. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and maybe if you want to press the like button. I don't force anybody to do anything. I like to be over here just to kind of make videos and stuff like that, but that's just me. So, but yeah, if you like and subscribe, and then you'll be able to get to it when I have downloads. I try to get these in every day. I do, because me and my dog like to watch TV a lot. We enjoy watching our movies together. So, and I will be doing some oracle readings tomorrow because I seem to like to do them the best out of everybody's. Out of all the readings I do, I really do like them the best. So, and I hope you guys are taking care of the animals and the critters and stuff because I really worry about the animals. I worry about in the wintertime them being cold. I know that we can't save every animal. I've heard this, and the reason I'm on YouTube, surprisingly, is because I watch sad dog videos and I was crying every day. And I always was crying over these sad dog videos, and they're so sad because the one, it was like this poor dog, they get their feet cut off, they get their tails cut off, they go through all this stuff, and I often wonder what goes through these people's heads. And then there's, somebody, there's mental illness and all that could play a factor, but it's just real wicked energy. It really is. It's a real wicked ass energy that anybody could do that to an animal or a person. So please be kind to the animals, be kind to each other. Let's not try to cause chaos and all kinds of terrible stuff all through our realm of existence, because where does it get you? I mean, do you really want to cause chaos? I mean, it's a negative emotion that literally won't align you with a lot of things. So, I'm going to let you guys go. I'll probably end up drawing another little thing for tomorrow's collective reading, and I'll be doing my divine masculine, divine feminine channeled message. I usually get them every day. There's a lot of divine feminines and divine masculines in trouble in the universe. So, and I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a good day. And at Chong the dog, we love you, and my dog appreciates if you help one of his friends or a cat. My dog loves all animals, and I want to help out all of his friends, and I want to help out the human family also. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and have a great day.